Yes, it's good.
We're good. Hi everyone, this is my first video since visiting the forest garden. Are you waiting for the forest garden video? But it will come right after because it takes time to edit it. Currently, I'm at a spot in the forest garden. We'll briefly cover the forest garden, but focus mainly on the vegetable garden. Let me introduce you to Pikro.
Hi!
Pikro, Captain Pikro Sparrow. He's a pirate. We'll talk about it a little bit later. He's a real pirate. He also gardens, so what does that mean? It's a little lesson for all the land people who think they're good at gardening. He's a pirate, he's a sailor. The pirate, he does gardening, but totally.
There are pirates on land too. They need to eat once they arrive on land. Eating at sea isn't possible. You'll eventually need vegetables.
So Pikro has more than just a vegetable garden. So maybe you can start by telling us about the different things you produce, the different types of products.
Yeah. A bit of all the simplest vegetables just to feed the family. Here the goal was to have a house, a garden, kind of in the spirit of self-sufficiency and all that. And anyway, my grocery store is disgusting. It's expensive, so it annoys me. So I started gardening, you know. I'm good with plants because I'm a landscaper and I have degrees in horticulture, all that. Growing vegetables has been fun and successful. It's been 3 years since we stopped buying vegetables, meat or fruit. Everything we need is here. After 3 or 4 years of hard work, but now it's good, it's fully productive.
So 100% self-sufficient, would you say a vegetable?
100% yes, no inputs except for buying seeds, but otherwise, but you?
You don't buy the vegetable elsewhere?
We bought the vegetable elsewhere 3 years ago.
So fully self-sufficient for vegetables and fruits?
We never buy fruit. I haven't eaten bananas, oranges or clementines in years, but I don't mind. I only live on what I grow. To know what we're capable of, actually, if there were no more boats, planes or any of that stuff, right? Are we able to do it without stores? So, no cereals or dairy because we're too small, but we have fruits, vegetables and meat is easy.
Meat, yeah, so we didn't mention it, but meat as well, so meat.
They were born and raised here. Their entire cycle, from birth to plate and beyond, happens here, especially the dry ones.
Your animals, is that right?
Chickens, ducks, pigs and a goose.
So you're fully self-sufficient? Fruits, vegetables, meat, eggs?
Eggs, just a little bit. Alright. At first they traded me bags of wheat and corn. Since I can't produce them here, I produced for them in return. But they bring me food for themselves, and now, well, it's too complicated. They gave me a little money so I could buy wheat and corn I can't produce myself. So now the meat and eggs, I get them for free in a way, because people bring them to me, yeah.
The thing you can't get, you trade for it and you don't need to buy it, so it's totally self-sufficient. You breed your animals, completing the cycle in an incubator.
Or naturally.
Super interesting. You were telling me yesterday, and I think it's worth highlighting, but just before that, we haven't mentioned the area yet. Wait until the end to see where he can do this. That's the interesting part. When it comes to meat, you don't necessarily eat meat, not necessarily a lot. You don't need to eat it all the time. On the other hand, you have several chickens and ducks that reproduce and provide meat, but you need to manage them properly, so it's limited. We eat meat because it's available and needs to be used.
Something we don't need to
eat that much of it. There you go.
That's what we were saying yesterday. We have some, but sometimes we have too many. Because you see that hen there, she sits on 12 eggs, broods them, and boom, you get chicks. Well, what you see here, these are all the chicks from this year. What? Since March? And sometimes we say every Friday we have to take one out, right? But it's more in the winter, actually. In the winter we have less of it. Well, the vegetable garden is less productive. It's not the same as now. Now it's abundance, full on. Well, in the winter, we have the fireplace. We cook on the fireplace and, well, we take out some meat. It makes more sense with potatoes, beets, leeks, turnips, and then the meat. It pays well and is almost comfort food. In summer, it's so abundant you don't need it and can do it this way.
Oh yes, so this video isn't vegan. Maybe I'll put it as a subtitle on the thumbnail, but for those who like meat, I'm one of them too. It's also interesting how you calculate the quantity, since many people prefer to use a specific weight per year. I produce lots of vegetables and meat, but you don't measure by weight, it's just a chicken or duck, which equals several days of food.
Days gained?
The carcass adds flavor to the soup for later use. That's how it works. So many of the text truncated.
Broth with the rice, are you counting?
Count your chickens and ducks to know how many days of food you have.
That's it, counting in days of survival. You know, we're kind of in survival mode, doing what we can, what we're capable of. And yeah, so by counting in days, even the carrot patch, we know that's so many days. It's a whole different calculation. Yeah, and
Well, listen, there you go. So the other thing is, when it comes to energy, are you self-sufficient? For sure. We'll summarize as we go. Vegetables, meat, energy.
The energy isn't self-sufficient. Connect to Electricité de France and the water supply. Here it's connected, it was already connected, but in a very resilient way. So actually, no solar panels on the roof. Thingamajig, the fully self-sufficient house.
What? But
However, our low usage means we spend just 15 euros a month since we plug in very few devices. So it's just the fridge freezing because of the meat, since we have too much but no freezer, fridge, and the ventilation system for the house so it can breathe.
But you have a part that's on
Solar, and I have a part that's completely separate. Actually, the house is, well, the house for everyone. Let's say, well, it's a bit special anyway. You'll probably put up some photos, I think, but it's a bit unusual. Unusual, let's say.
It is
An unusual house. The outside is wild, and for me, it's the wild pirate part, where there are solar panels and batteries storing energy. That's where. Now, we're trying to use even less electricity from the house, so everything runs on solar for free. Here we do the cooking, vegetables, so we want to limit the use of gas as well, just in case the steaming, steamed potatoes, steamed green beans, and the taste, well, it's just so much better, you know.
awesome.
Good. Again, I could still put it on, but the
Harvest from this morning.
9 kilos, something like that.
Bim bam, and that's it. How often? 3 days, every 3 days, there's that. The wood, something to cook on the small rocket stoves, wood storage.
Solar hot water.
Solar hot water, so the whole setup to have the solar panels, the small machine to convert the electricity, the water tanks.
Cherries, apples, pears, plums, peaches, and so on.
And so on. Wood storage. Wood. So you're self-sufficient in wood for 2 years?
3 years?
2 or 3 years is a long time. It's not a huge volume, but running hot that long is significant. So here, we're in your workshop, see?
Workshop. Here I have my seeds because I also produce a lot of seeds myself. Now it's repotting stuff is done, but right now it's too hot. It's still too hot.
Yeah, when it's off season, no one cleans up. We all do the same.
Storage of the stems, grinding it, and the regular one. So no rodent problem.
Of everything?
The chicken coop. Here's my solar setup where I plug in all my machines, screwdriver, drill, sharpener. The hens in my baskets.
The egg production.
Subtitling ST501. All in the basket, I didn't buy anything.
Yeah, even the equipment and materials are all recycled.
It's a bit do-it-yourself, but it works.
Great. Can you tell us what surface you work on from here? So self-sufficient, with surplus that he can sell or even trade to get food for all of that. It's still fully self-sufficient for the products we discussed, except rice and similar items.
But rice?
Pasta. The energy to do the transport, to have food for the year. Sorry, how many?
Area. In total, we have about 800 square meters with the fruits, vegetables, meat, the buildings for firewood, because, well, it's the same with firewood. I don't buy it. I'm self-sufficient in energy for heating. I'm a lumberjack, a landscaper. I cut the wood, I bring it home, I feel it. I must have about 30 cubic meters of wood. We use 10 to 12 cubic meters, and so we cook. For the heating goes through other rooms and everything with the ductwork. Well, the house...
800.
M2, it's 89 feet, 2 in.
Basically, it's not a house with farmland, it's the little house everyone has, with a small piece of land, even around the...
House. 800 by 350, so it's 350.
The animals will keep the biggest number for last. Oh?
I don't remember, maybe 400 M2 for the animals.
Maybe. So the house plus the animals, we'll do it that way. Yeah, that's right. The house plus the animals, which take up a good part. And there are still 300 M2 and 350 M2 left where the crops are.
Vegetables, the walkway spaces.
That's 350 M2. Without walkways, the usable agricultural area is what we extends.
Call the
188 M2s of cultivated self-sufficient land. In vegetables and fruits for the year, some for the animals and extra meat. So it's still really productive and
you saw it yourself?
See for yourself, add pictures and you'll...
You ate everything from here yesterday, there was nothing left.
They called. I was going to say bio-intensive, but no, it's not organic.
I'm not organic. There is no...
No need to call it that. You do this at home, but it's intense. There's always a plot in use. That's enough. What do you say? I was gonna say clean. It's pretty organized. It's stuff in rows. It's not like what I do at home with permaculture with things all over the place. It's organized. It's squared away. When there's nothing left, bam, we put something else in and it keeps going. It keeps going.
Animals exist for their roles, which is why they're here, even if we don't want meat. Machin, does manure make any money? Animals to nourish the earth. Look at the living soil. Moles, voles, critters. It's truly alive here. Once it's harvested, it's quickly replanted, cultivated, and thriving again. People often ask how I never stop harvesting. How do I do it? I never stop sowing or producing. Sometimes it's a problem. My stomach hurts because I never stop eating. Over there, it's chili, tomato, basil, bell pepper.
Cocoa, salad caption 501. Those bottles are for saving water to use for watering. Yes, the water only reaches the roots. The surface stays dry for about 10 inches.
The water stays in
deep. So, in terms of the amount of water, how much do you have?
We have 10 cubes of 1,000 liters each, totaling 10,000 liters.
10 cubes like that? Yes, that's right.
There are 4 here, 2 over there, 2 over there. They're a bit scattered around the field, so we have water all over the field. We're going to put 10 cubes in the same place?
And when it comes to filling the cubes, is it just water from...
Rain. Only rain.
Yes, even this year, the question that...
Kills. Out of the 10,000, I have 1,500 left out of 10.
0, 0, 0. So you're still passing this year? Yes.
I cut back on some animals and reduced certain vegetables to prioritize my ducks. Yes, ducks came first.
There's a small area behind us becoming a forest garden with some trees, but it's minor compared to the main forest garden. So for me, my thing is more of a mixed forest garden, but you can't grow vegetables if there's no sunlight coming in. Yesterday we visited the Fraternité Ouvrière Garden. I don't know if you know about it, but go check out the video that's coming out soon where we talk about it. Too many trees, too closed in, and at ground level no crops are possible except for a bit of wild garlic in the undergrowth. There's something we noticed, and it's Beckett Luan who talks about it. Production involves various layers: trees, shrubs, tall trees, ground covers, and herbaceous plants at ground level. The most productive layer is the herbaceous layer. So in a forest garden, the layer that produces the most, if you bring light down to the bottom, is the herbaceous layer. So it would be possible to make a completely closed forest garden with a clearing of 300 square meters, a small clearing in the middle of the garden.
Forest of light, yes.
With that and vegetables, you already have everything you need.
Yes, and then fence all around for breeze around, so it finally makes the same fence for the livestock. There are plenty of things to
do. Yes, at the same time, that's it, 88 square meters cultivated, so you don't even need to open 350 square meters. I think you can leave the trees. Anyway, in any case, the areas to open, it's really not
huge. To feed a family of 2 to 3 people then, if you are 5 or 6 maybe, you would need a few...
More beds, 250 square.
Yes, but I cut that part. I can add more vegetables again. You have the...
surplus that you...
sell, yes, or I think maybe the...
extra person, she would just take the...
surplus. My neighbor, he works in the beer business, he collects the beer.
There you go, it's still really productive. And for a pirate, do we end up presenting a bit of the character? What's your life like?
Pirate, so my life is a pirate. Is it the pirate or the...
Additionally, I would include pictures of the house, because for me, actually, I met Pikro yesterday. We've been allies for a while, but we really met yesterday. And you go into the house, you say, wow, it's not just a character, it's a...
life. We went back 300 years with electricity, but now we're starting to limit electricity too. So we're taking a step back. Yes, and that...
it works. So what are your activities at?
Side activities? I'm a landscaper for a company called Espérance, so I do tree felling and pruning, garden maintenance, all that for private clients. On weekends, when I have time, I focus on vegetables. You're always busy. It's a non-stop lifestyle here. And then I do street performances, either on stilts, sword juggling, a bit of magic, or at events where I go to entertain. Playing the clown, well, the pirate clown. That's it for weekends. You might see me in Hauts-de-France, Paris, Normandy, Brittany, and occasionally in the East. But I stay a bit close by. I don't go too far, you know.
Afterwards, I think we can go anywhere. We can even go much farther than that. Apparently, I don't really know about it. You can say if you want. But a global piracy network, it's still the reference for pirates in France. It's the...
pirate? Well, I'm not going to say that, but...
well, the calendar, pirates from all countries. In France, there aren't too many left.
No, Sweden. Albania, yes, that. It's fine, but it's far from the time. I don't know why. Too much.
Oh, France. And our microphone.
What is it? Another one, and yet another one.
Dutch. Well, thank you very much anyway. Thank you for the welcome.
Thank you too, thanks.
David. And this efficiency, it can really give you some ideas, honestly. Go ahead, I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, you can support me. And you can support him too, because he also has a channel, a small channel. What's it called?
Channel, The Garden at...
Pikro, the garden at Pikro. There should have been a link at the start of the video if all went well. So go check out what he's doing too. It's awesome. So in this case on the channel, you're really talking about the
vegetable garden, livestock. Every month I do a tour, every week, when there's a lot to talk about. We display our plates often to show we produce and process our own food, and that we eat it too. So there are a lot of photos of our meals on wooden plates and all that. We're really living in the old-fashioned way. Did you see it? There you go. Then I'll show the greenhouses, I'll visit the garden, I'll explain to you what worked best and what didn't. The fruits, we're touring the garden together, and you'll see what I do.
Go snoop around. Go snoop around. There are plenty of cool things to see. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Thank you to everyone who supports me too. On Tipeee, I put the links at the end of the video as usual. See you soon for the forest garden video. I'll try to edit it quickly so you can see a bit of this journey and why I ended up so far north in France, even up to Belgium. Thank you. Awesome. See you soon. Speaking into the horn.
Horn, speaking into the horn, speaking. Don't imitate my accent. I have...
Oh, that's going to be good.
In terms of, oh, damn.